Hi, welcome. So 2023 just started, and as everyone else on this planet, I am on a very productive kick. Of course, I have a long ass list of books that I want to read in 2023. First off, I bought a couple of books, basically books that I wanted to read in 2022, but I didn't have time. I bought The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I'm actually reading it. I have like 200 pages, less than 200 pages left, and I am loving it because you know immediately one thing that is gonna happen. I feel like the biggest thing you already know like at page 2, but then so many other things happened and I just keep reading because I want to know how it ends, because like you are reading and then something happened and then you're like, okay, there are like 500 pages left. What is gonna happen in 500 pages? And then something else happened and then you're like, okay, there's 300 pages left. What is gonna happen then? And then something else happened. And basically there's this excitement of anticipation in this book and I love it. And I love how kind of pretentious the characters are, especially Henry. Oh god. My favorite characters so far are Francis, he's my absolute favorite, and the twins Camilla and Charles, but we'll see. So this. Then Conversation with Friends. I love this cover and it's just beautiful, and the spine matches the Normal People one that I already have. And then I guess I went on a little Dark Academia vibe shopping. I bought Bunny, and the fact that one of the character in The Secret History, it's called Bunny, like it's called Edmund but everyone calls him Bunny, and the fact that I bought a book titled Bunny is just so funny in my head. I don't know why. I'm very excited to read this one too, but because I'm reading The Secret History, I don't think I'm gonna jump straight into Bunny, because I know they're not the same thing, but I guess they have kind of the same vibe. Yeah, I feel like if I finish The Secret History and jump right into Bunny, I will end up in a spiral and I won't be reading anything else except from they are under the Dark Academia genre. So I say, yeah, I don't want to spiral into the Dark Academia realm. So I will probably read Conversation with Friends next and then Bunny. I also bought Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, but it's still somewhere in between the UK and here, which I'm very excited because I've heard so many good things about that book. Okay, in 2022 I actually made a list of books that I wanted to read and I read like half of them because for one reason or another I didn't get around to reading those books. So this year I made kind of a list of books that I want to read and that are like my immediate TBR. So like I'm gonna buy those books first, and then if I'm around and I see another book that I'm kind of intrigued by, I'm gonna buy it, but these books have the priority over everything else. So I have Happy Hour. I've only seen Jack Edwards talking about this book. He liked it, so if it's good enough for Jack Edwards, it's gonna be enough for me. Then I want to read If You Were Villains, again going with the Dark Academia theme here. Beautiful World, Where Are You, to complete my Sally Rooney. I feel like Normal People, Conversation with Friends, and Beautiful World, Where Are You, it's kind of like the Sally Rooney trilogy, even if it's not a trilogy, but yeah. Then I want to read Cleopatra and Frankenstein, and the paperback, it's coming out on February 2nd, and you best believe that on February 2nd I'm gonna be right there buying that book. I also want to read Nightcrawling. Again, I've heard Jack Edwards talking about the book and I was very intrigued by it and I really want to read it. I want to know what it's about. Another book that I really want to read this year, it's Kim Jong, born 1982. Again, I've heard amazing things about this book, and I feel the book FOMO here. The last one that has kind of priority is My Year of Rest and Relaxation, because this is kind of like my gap year. I'm trying to understand what I want to do in life this year. And so it's actually my year of rest and relaxation, but also I've seen and I've heard mixed reviews about the book, and I kind of want to know where I stand. I want to know. So these were the books that have the priority over every other books. This year I also want to read more books from Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read Malibu Rising and I finished it literally January 2nd. I really liked her writing style, so I want to read more from her. Definitely I have to read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but also Daisy Jones and the Six, because the TV show is coming out and I wanted to watch it, and I wanted to read the book before the TV show came out, but we'll see. This year I also read Norwegian Wood and I loved it, and I want to read more from Murakami. I think that Norwegian Wood and Kafka on the Shore are his most famous, or at least I've seen people reading these two. I don't know, maybe I'm just gonna enter in the bookstore and pick up the first Murakami book that I see. And then there are like other books that I have on like ebook that I don't know, I might be reading. If I'm in the right mood, I might read them. They are The Virgin Suicide, Crying in H Mart, Circe, Sputnik Sweetheart from Murakami, but I don't know, I wanted to have a physical version of that one, so we'll see. And Giovanni's Room. And another one that I want to read just because I really love the cover, it's The Master and Margarita. My best friend actually read it for university. Yeah, I mean, it's on my list, so as soon as I'm feeling like reading it, I'm gonna buy it, but it's definitely not a top priority for me. Last, I'd say, reading goal is to finish those two books right there, Dune and Narnia. I started those books 1 year ago and I just can't keep reading them for one reason or another. I just can't bring myself to pick them up and read them, but at the same time I don't really want to DNF them, so I don't really know what to do. I gave myself a goal of reading 20 books this year. It's not a lot, not a extremely big number, but at the same time, I am not a fast reader. I'm quite a slow one, and I don't want to pressure myself into reading. These were my 2023 books, and a cute little book haul. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, give it a like. I don't know. Hope to see you in the next one.